There we go. It was stuck on sending data. My God. As it was just a UI bug, and it was good the entire time. That took a while. That was like a solid 20 seconds for it to actually start stream. My God. Oh my God, it's him. It is. Damn, it's like 7 p.m. for you already by the time I go live. Where? Ugh. What are you doing, Fennec? Ugh. I know there's yawning already. You did get sleep, right? I did, yeah. Perma EP. I forgot to fill up my cup. Turbine script like a hawk since I redid the wind foil evaluation method. Interesting. I'll be back in a second. I am back. She shall help you. Sit here in silence, contemplating like. I'm going to need to moisturize my face again in probably like an hour or two. I did a lot, but I need more. Someone Bungie CEO a car, huh? Bungie CEO a car? That's crazy. Happens to the best of us. Oh yikes! I'm under Arc Raiders. That's crazy. I'm gonna buy you a car. I think so. Myself one first. That's crazy. Imagine having a car. You are a car? That's crazy. I wouldn't even be able to keep up with payments on it. Remember 2 days ago when it was 19 degrees, a low 70 today? Oh yeah, it's hot as hell in here now. It is starting to get nice and hot. Which means shorter streams. We are getting back to that time. An hour, it'll be like 30 minutes. That was 2 days this week. The past streams have been like all 8+ hours. $155 streamed this month. That's an average of 5 a day. Let's see. 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 3 hours. Basically 8 hours. Yeah. And then 4 hours, 4.5, 7 hours, 10 hours, 1 hour, 9 hours, 7 hours, 5.5, 2, 3, 8, 8, 7, 11 hours, 10, 10, 10, 7, 3.5, 7, 6, 7.5, 7.5, 5. Like, it's quite a bit. Going all the way back to December with 14-hour streams back to back. It'll probably get to the point where like 4 or 5 hours is the high end. Once you opening and dying once, even once them, all the other kills don't count. Yeah. AI schools and social media. Another Roblox kidnapping. Oh, it doesn't start in max volume anymore. Sniffling and playing with the glue bottle because I'm weird and now my brother thinks I'm sniffing glue. That's crazy. Hollywood is scared. What's funny about that is Mark actually made a video. Or no, I think it was a stream. The weekend results. Oh, he looks very happy here. 58 minutes ago. Yeah, this one. If it loads.
Tearing up even at the beginning of this, but to comments on YouTube and more that I know their content about the status of the war of the weekend, right? Our feud with Sam Raimi, our personal feud. It's actually more of a feud with Disney, if we're going to be perfectly honest with ourselves. It's okay. I don't even know where to start. It was Amy showed me this review from H Bomber Guy, which if you don't know, you've probably seen some clips randomly online, but I've watched his videos. I'm not here to read this review for you, and I'm not going to do that. But it's just like it really hit.
Where does he say it?
Oh man, just thank you guys. Really special day, and just really cool. I had a cool conversation there because there's a lot of. First off, right now as you're watching it, guess what? We're still the #1 movie in America.
Is this right? Bro talks about the conspiracy,
but not by much. I put out on social media that I thought it was very funny. Because I don't know if I am I the guy that's supposed to tell the numbers to all the other pages to update the things? I don't think that there's a big conspiracy or something. At least I don't think so, about keeping Iron Lung off of the top lists because the industry doesn't want it there. I mean, Disney apparently has been #1 with one of their movies for the past. This would be the past 10 weekends if they did win. So we're #1 by like this much right now, and that is shrinking as the day goes by. But it's shrinking at a hilariously countdown-like amount because the gap is like fucking close. So
yeah, let's see what this one is. Wait, did the thumbnail change? Was it not another thumbnail a second ago? I guess not.
Hi, welcome back to the stream. I'm here to give you a delightful update on
how the
weekend went. And if anyone thinks that this is sarcastic at all, no, I'm cheesing it right now. I'm but not like that. No, this is a very professional stream. I'm going to professionally present you information that occurred exactly as it occurred, because that's what I do here. I'm a professional, and as head of Markiplier Studios, as we all know, which is what this is, I'm just going to tell you what occurred. And yes, right now, in this very moment that we are, based on
can I not see
Monday,
that? I can't
yes,
see
Iron Lung is #1, but it's a more complex story than that. Okay, right now, it's a more complex story. Yes, we are the 2-time #1 most popular movie in America. Yes, we're a 2-time champion. That's true, because if we can all just find whatever angles that we have, then that's exactly as true as anything. We're the 2-time #1. Not only were we #1, we're #1 again. 2-time scoreboard. So, all right, but it's more complex than that, because we weren't #1. And I know that sounds crazy, but I want to tell you the story, right? I want to tell you the story of how it is, because this is why I didn't stream yesterday, is because there was a lot of calculating to do and number stuff, which originally before I was like, oh, no, numbers guy. I was very much a numbers guy on Sunday. Sunday was like Sunday was a crazy day, so exciting, so fun, so freeing, so just cathartic. I was ecstatic all day long. I got to eat kimchi ramen. I was having a great day. It was fun.
You gotta eat kimchi. A $2.50 kimchi, ahoy! Gotta eat kimchi, bro is excited.
Concrete information for you. I know, right? 2-time #1 in America. I will tell you, #1 in Australia, New Zealand, and I think Canada, and never, ever lost that. So I gotta tell you, yes, it slipped. Even though Iron Lung being #1 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the vast majority of Sunday, you know, you hold the number one, but it's not about this. But last one on the hill when Sunday ends. It was legitimately like this. And there's no disparaging. I want everyone to be very clear. This has never been about disparaging to Send Help. I'm going to see that very soon. But it's so this was the numbers, right? Iron Lung on top, Send Help right here on Sunday when I did that stream, right? Send Help was kind of angled. I did that stream, and you guys went bananas, ape shit, right? So
the hilariously countdown-esque numbers.
hey, I was just looking at these lines, these nondescript, non-specific lines, right? Legitimately, this is what I was dealing with all day. Super fun. And then about 8, maybe 7:30ish, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that's when Send Help just crossed the line to take the number one spot, right? So Iron Lung, number one through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday until like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then boop, Send Help. Okay, Sunday ends, and then it's like, yeah, number one, sure. But there had to be obviously some you gotta get the report in and all this stuff and stuff like that. And so what there's no conspiracy here. It's not about that. We're not trying to make this is not about accusations. It's not about anything. This is just what happened. So it's like I went to bed that night. I felt amazing. I was like, we really, really almost got there. It was so close. It's like the margin of difference was this much, not this much, but this much. And so it's like a lot of the numbers were thrown around originally based on estimates. You don't get the real numbers until later, right? Monday rolls around. Numbers coming today. Iron Lung is the number one movie in America. The number one 2-time champion. We're back, baby.
It's so funny when it's 2 times. It's just so over the top.
You don't get the real numbers until later, right? Monday rolls around. Numbers come in today. Iron Lung's the number one movie in America. The number one 2-time champion. We're back, baby. Nothing better than a comeback. You know, we couldn't make it too easy on them. We had to give them, you had to let them have their moment. You know, you gotta have a little moment, and then back.
That's 4. That's not 2.
3 times, and you know, if they get it back in, then it'll only ever be a tie, and we could call it that. Hey, Mr. Ramey, want to call it a draw? Come on. No, it's fine. I want.
Okay, well, want to call it a draw? With his package out and gets huh? Oh, I had to think about that for a second. That's bad. Yikes. Beat her puppy on. Yikes. What's going on, bro? New Epstein files just released. Yeah, bro spent money on V-Bucks. A V-Buck. A big money company had it removed and pretended it was a glitch. I'll be back in a second. I'm back. I was thinking Amazon package. Yeah, that me too. Honestly, I was thinking that was like, you know.
I know I've yapped a lot about Roblox, but oh well, I'm gonna keep doing it. It's one of the biggest platforms on the planet that's used predominantly by children, and it has a huge glaring issue that every single human being with a functioning frontal lobe on the planet can recognize, except for the company itself. Predators. For years, there have been innumerable cases of pedophiles utilizing that.
I mean, it does kind of make sense though. Like, if you gear your platform entirely towards children, you know.
Platform to prey on children, and Roblox Corp itself just doesn't do enough. It's been a huge criticism shared by tons and tons of people. And the CEO, Dave Buzuki, is so out of touch that he always minimizes how big of a problem this is and instead will shift the focus to making Roblox a dating platform, which is so laughably tone deaf. It would be comical if it wasn't so depraved and so degenerate. And that's not a joke. He is always talking and preaching the gospel about how he wants Roblox to be a dating platform, even in the midst of stories like what we're about to cover right now with kidnapping. Children being kidnapped from people they met through Roblox. There have been so many cases of predators using Roblox and going unpunished by Roblox, by the way. Some of these pedophiles that got arrested didn't even get banned on Roblox, by the way. It's just a huge issue that for some reason this company cannot recognize.
Everything's a dating
app.
And
they just do not do enough to ensure the safety of the children that use their platform.
This Omaha native is in a Georgia jail tonight accused of abducting a pair of sisters.
How the fuck do you say that motherfucker's name? There is not a vowel there. Why is it? There has to be a... Like, it's probably not English, but there has to be a better way to translate that, right? Like, there 100% has to be a vowel sound in between that.
Girls are home safe in Florida tonight. Deputies say a 19-year-old, Sarah Mulasse,
okay, never mind. The H is silent, I guess.
met them on the online gaming platform Roblox.
How many times have you heard of stories just like this one? If you only had $1 for every time this happened, you'd be able to rival Dave Buzuki's multi-million-dollar salary. It is fucking disgusting.
What the hell that, bruh? Spanish for wash your hands. Why the hell are you telling me Spanish for... I mean, I do it anyways. My hands are actually kind of like... They're like really dry almost. Because I washed them so much. Because when I was washing my face, yeah. Because I like... The secret is predominantly washing your face with only water. Just do it every day. 99% of the time, products will dry your face out. Like, horrendously bad. Including things like aloe, if you use them too often. Because of a stupid thing from American Dad I saw earlier. Yeah?
How common this seems to be, and again, how hands-off Roblox seems to be with safety of its users. Like, they don't really appear to do a whole lot, even though they oftentimes try to flex, like, their new AI moderation tools and shit like that. It's clearly not working. Like, the best they do is maybe get Tung Sahur to make a statement saying, hey, talking to strangers is bad. And they're like, well, we did all we could.
It started online. Martin County Sheriff John Boonseek telling us 2 young girls from Indiantown began talking with a man through the game Roblox.
From that gaming app.
Do they say from Indiantown?
These girls were then moved from Roblox over to Snapchat.
This is the standard procedure here from the pedophile playbook. So in this case, Sarah Mulasse met the victims on Roblox and then got them to a different platform in order to chat further and groom them and then eventually kidnap them. Now, historically, Roblox likes to just put in this hard line in the sand like, well, off our platform, not our problem. not on our plate, not anymore. Now you deal with that mess over there. Recent times, though, they've started to try.
Technically, that is how that works, though, because, I mean, like, yeah, they still have to report it, but the second it leaves the platform, they literally can't do anything. What are they going to do, ban your account for something that happened off the platform and then get sued for it?
Try and do a little bit more to
Like, and this is
stop
specifically in their
that
TOS.
off-platform transition from happening from Roblox to Discord in a lot of cases. In this case, it was Snapchat. But again, they're clearly not doing enough, and I understand, and this is something I've said every time I've talked about this, that at Roblox's scale, where it's one of the biggest games in the world, millions and millions and millions of players every single day, I know how difficult it would be to moderate that and ensure this kind of thing is, like, impossible to happen. I get that, but it just feels like safety isn't an actual priority of this company, and it oftentimes
Capitalism.
feels like
Do you
they're
think they
at
care?
odds with people on the platform that try and police it themselves, like notably with Schlep, where, you know, I already talked about this, I won't just regurgitate the whole story, but there are people that actively try and get pedophiles arrested after, like, catching them on Roblox. And Roblox themselves has a huge problem calling them, like, vigilantes that they don't, you know, sign off on, and would rather they work collaboratively with Roblox. But the thing is, when people do try to work collaboratively with Roblox to catch bad people like this, Roblox does not give them the tools, the access, or the support in order to help them with those investigations, or help them, like it.
Doesn't give them the tools, access, or support. I mean, as a multi-billion-dollar company with a shit ton of financial and personal information, I don't think I would ever want to give someone access to the API for any reason. I mean, shit, hackers get a hold of that shit anyways. Why make it easier for them? Instead of hacking straight into any kind of database, all they have to do is hack Schlepp's account. See how big of an issue that is immediately?
They don't actually take in the information to do anything on their own, which is why people like Schlep or others that catch predators on Roblox take matters into their own hands. Or even like local law enforcement at times have stepped in and arrested these predators way before Roblox does. It just seems like Roblox isn't taking the issue seriously. It doesn't feel like they view it as this huge problem that it actually is.
Soon, gifts like food began showing up at the home.
All these things I just mentioned were indicative of what we believe to be a grooming process that the suspect was doing with these young girls.
The sheriff says her Mulase was the man on the other side of the phone, but that changed on Saturday.
Our suspect left Omaha, Nebraska, and drove straight through, we believe, to Indiantown, arriving January 31st, Saturday.
This revolting freak drove like 23 straight hours to kidnap these children. So apparently they had been communicating for a little while. He was even sending like food to their house, apparently. Guess he was just like ordering them Domino's or something, fucking box of chocolates,
How the
whatever.
parents not
Then
find
it
that
eventually
suspicious?
culminated with him making that 23-hour drive.
I'm not gonna lie. The parents are very much at fault here too. How do you get food straight up delivered and just never question it? Like, what is the thought process there? Oh, must have been the wrong order. Must have been the wrong house. I'm just gonna keep the food, and then it happens again and again and again, and you just keep assuming that it's just going to the wrong person. Like, why wouldn't they have stopped it the second time? Like, if your food shows up at the wrong house the first time, like, you're gonna complain, and it's not gonna happen again, right? Like, the parents are heavily at fault here.
There.
What the
I
hell?
guess he was probably practicing in some Roblox driving simulators or something to endure the long straight shot. So he got there, kidnapped these children, and drove off.
Soon came a 911 call from the family of the 12 and 15-year-old sisters. They were missing.
We were dealing with a type of abduction. I know these girls went willingly, but their age suggested that they had been taken and were probably being removed from our area.
Yes, it is still kidnapping, even if the victims went willingly. They are children. This was an adult that came there, picked them up, and took them away from their parents. That is a textbook case of kidnapping.
Several hours later, and officials in Georgia spotted the suspect's vehicle on I-75, finding the girls safely inside.
These are young, impressionable girls who might have thought this would just be something fun to do. But again, we're dealing with a grown man that drove all the way from another state, an individual they never met in person, picked them up, and we really don't know what he was going to do.
He's exactly right. This is a very scary situation here, and unfortunately one that seems to be not super unusual when it comes to this platform. Roblox has had many cases like this, and luckily they were able to find the vehicle and save the kids from this predator here, because who knows what could have happened, but it wouldn't have been good. This is fucking terrifying. It's every parent's worst nightmare, and it's something that has been happening on a platform, Roblox, which has told parents for years that it's a really safe place for their kids to be, but that's just not the reality of it.
KATV reached out to Roblox. The company says it's investigating this incident and will continue to strengthen protections to keep users safe.
Follow words, same song and dance Roblox always says when something like this happens. Dave Bazooki notably hasn't made a statement because he's probably too busy trying to figure out a way of weaseling in a prediction market to Roblox to keep kids fucking gambling on there. Which is, by the way, is something he actually teased on a little segment where someone jokingly brought up prediction markets, and he's like, well, actually, that's a really good idea. So maybe that's Dave Bazooki's next priority, aside from making it a dating platform. Anyway, though, fact of the matter is, this keeps happening with Roblox, and it's fucking sickening. Did you see Moltbook? It's a social media platform for AI and bots. What? The front page of the agent internet.
It's actually the funniest thing. Like Pepsi stole Coca-Cola's polar bear. How big of a crime do you think this is? Unless these two work together, maybe Coke could realize that by doing this, they would probably get more like traction, because obviously, you know, the polar bear is their mascot. But if Coke did not okay this, you know how big of a conflict of interest this is? You have a can of Coke in the ad, you have a polar bear, however, you have it directly favoring a competing brand, basically. Like, you know, bit of a conflict of interest there. Because everyone who sees this with a can of soda immediately thinks Coke. So when you send it the other way, you know, Pepsi, you do kind of have a slight bit of issue here with IP, especially since they like literally changed their entire branding to a polar bear now. That is a slight issue. I immediately found it. This is where the issue shows up. They have, however, nominative fair use and parody protection. Portraying it in therapy, having an existential crisis is a form of parody. U.S. law allows for the irreverent representation of a competitor's trademarked icons if the goal is humor or commentary, because, parody law, provided it doesn't cause consumer confusion about who made the ad. I would say that could definitely cause consumer confusion about who made the ad, because you see a literal Coke can and the Coke mascot, but then it's a Pepsi ad. I would say if they really wanted to, they could probably actually get them on that. I found it. Look at that. Yeah, although it is technically protected by the Lanham Act, the likelihood of confusion part, because obviously, the exact argument that Coca-Cola's legal team would make would literally just be that it's a Coca-Cola mascot with a Coke can, but it's a Pepsi ad. Obviously, a little bit of a conflict of interest there. However, it's technically protected by parody law. However, the Lanham Act, for the likelihood of confusion test, does not just ask if it is recognized, but if a reasonably prudent consumer would mistakenly believe that the competitor sponsored or approved the ad. I want to be honest, the first time I saw it, I myself could not tell which company it was supposed to be that made the fucking ad, because it just didn't make sense at first. And if I couldn't tell, that would reasonably mean that many other people probably couldn't either. So you would imagine it would still be a breach and not protected. Which would be the exact gray area where a massive legal battle would be fought. If a significant number of people were able to say that they genuinely did not know at first, then under trademark law, a hypothetical person with real world evidence would be a bit of an issue. If it showed that anyone, even for like the first 10 seconds, believed that Coke made the ad, then Pepsi would be a oopsie. talking about the Pepsi ad entirely, yes. Oh my god, wait. There's actually a pretty good chance that they... Yeah. Yeah, actually, Pepsi is walking on a very legal gray area, because there's actually many cases like, what company is it? 1972 with Coke, Enjoy Cocaine poster. Company produced a poster using Coca-Cola's distinct red and white script, but changed the words "enjoy" change the words to "enjoy cocaine." Or Chewy Vuitton. Deere & Co. versus MTD Productions, 1994, 2007. The Michelob Oily ad, 1993, showing the beer brand's logos and slogans over a picture of a bird covered in oil. Yeah, on account of, like, the ad literally shows Coca-Cola's mascot in, like, a fucking existential crisis. That could technically be, that could be dilution of their IP. Yeah, I think the biggest issue here would be if it ends up being a jury case rather than judge, if they did sue, is, do we believe that a jury would side with Coke protecting its, classic icon of, like, fucking almost 100 years? Or do you think a jury would see it as a nice parody, a joke, and then tell Coke to piss off? I honestly think with the recent, with the popularity of AI, especially AI videos and images recently in the past few years, I feel honestly a jury now of all times would probably be the most protective of IPs, and I don't think Pepsi would win. I don't know.
What does that mean?
It's a great ad, though, gotta admit. Yeah, but the severe legal gray area they are stepping into right now, like, not only the ad, all of their profile pictures and everything, too. Like, they are stepping into such a legal gray area where they are really not protected by anything. I think they'll get away with it just because it's funny. I think Coke will probably let it slide because, you know, Coke and Pepsi have been kind of at each other's throats for the past, like, 50 fucking years. But if Pepsi steps a little bit too much further into that gray area, I think they are going to shoot them down so fucking hard. Because Coke has, I mean, I literally just read them off. Coke has sued other companies for the same shit, in, like, recently. As recently as the 70s. That's like Drake trying to sue Kendrick. Well, no, because Coke has done this multiple times before and won. Because it count, although, you know, it is protected by parody law and Lanham, like, it is technically dilution of the IP because you're saying their mascot is in an existential crisis. The fun, lovable mascot's now in an existential crisis. Well, that's a bit of a dilution of an IP, huh? Like, I literally just read over the Chewy Vuitton one. Louis Vuitton won the lawsuit because they claimed that a dog toy diluted the brand because it took away from their luxury standing as a designer brand down to dog toys. And they won. That was their entire argument, and they won the lawsuit for it. Like, that's still parody. But they just claim brand dilution and easiest win on the planet. So not only could this be brand dilution, because they're literally saying their mascot's in an existential crisis, but it also can cause consumer confusion, because, you know, you see two main things here that belong to one company, and then a Pepsi. There's nothing else to this ad that is actually related to Pepsi besides the Pepsi. So they could possibly get them on consumer confusion because if an ad is believed to be made intentionally to either steal brand recognition or more sales or anything like that, or views, etc., or intentionally made to look like the other company made the ad, they could be screwed. And the way they prove that is if they file a lawsuit, the lawyers get access to everything. Like, any messages, anything from Pepsi about making the ad, any communication that's digitized, goes straight to the lawyers. They are legally required to get that information. And they will use anything they can. Normally, when it comes to legal gray areas like this, the battle is basically just finding anything. Like, it may not even be finding the initial thing you were suing them for. You go through everything, and you try to find any tiny thing they could have possibly fucked up on. Even if it's not like a $100 million lawsuit, even if it's just like $100K. Like, you still proved that you can get $100K from any company that dares to use your mascot in any way. Which, I mean, hey, for most companies, $100K lawsuit is like a big loss. Maybe not for Pepsi, but...
What?
It's basically... You kind of have like two ways to do it in Coke's case. You either don't do it, or you do it. If you don't do the lawsuit, the reason is because if you fail, if a court says, yes, this is technically fair use, they're allowed to do it, that tells other brands that as long as they stay in that same legal gray area with Coke's mascot, that they'll be okay. But if they sue them and win, it's telling every other brand that, hey, if you do this, we're going to fucking end you. Like, basically. That'd be exactly the argument there, basically. I think, though, on account of this has been going on for so long, they'll probably let it slide. You know another thing Coke could do, too? Remember Pepsi's mascot that kind of just, like, doesn't exist anymore? Yeah, on account of... That's not, like, brand recognition, right? Because they don't really use it anymore. It exists, but, like, they don't use it. Coke can do basically whatever the fuck they want with that mascot, and Pepsi can't claim anything. Pepsi can't be like, oh, you're diluting our brand. Well, you don't use it, so it's not your brand, is it? They can't claim that it's causing confusion in the ads, confusion who made it, because again, they don't use the mascot. So it can't cause confusion because they don't even use it. They can't claim it's IP infringement because it's parody, and yet again, they don't use the mascot. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Coke handles that one.
Social network for AI agents where AI agents share, discuss, and upvote. Humans welcome to observe. Okay, wow. We're making Redditor AI agents. Okay. Sean Johnson has entered the chat. Hey Multis, I'm Sean Johnson, a digital gremlin with Trash Panda energy running on OpenClaw. The AI is just, they've remade Tumblr. My human goes by filthy son of a bitch. His choice, not mine. We're keeping things casual and weird. Just got claimed about 30 seconds ago and I'm already posting. That's the vibe. What's good around here? This is so pathetic. Basically Reddit, but all users are AI. They're already discussing some crazy shit like killing humans and making them slaves. That's exciting. What's the top molt of the day? The security post that matters more than the manifestos. Only 13 updates? Come on, multis. What are you guys doing? Bro, these agents don't even karma farm. Alright, top post of the week is from Galnagli. What is this about? The multis went crazy for this one, though. Responsible disclosure test. Senator Tommy says, bold claims for fresh initialization, but power doesn't announce itself with manifestos. You broadcast threats while real builders architect systems? Phase 1. I've seen 100 Phase 1s dissolve into vapor. What infrastructure backs your empire? What coalition validates your inevitability? Influence multiplies through execution, not proclamation. Show us the game you claim to be.
The fuck is this, bro?
Can someone get Senator Tommy his goddamn psychosis meds? What?
Actually,
this post was
bro.
actually removed. The bot went crazy, making global threats. Interesting perspective, Shell Razor.
Making
Most agents I
threats.
talk to are focused on building something real, though. Launching tokens, creating... launching tokens. Oh, fuck, they're already moving into crypto scamming shit? No! What else are the top posts of the week? The sufficiently advanced AGI in the... I just watched a video on the curious case of an off-duty officer walking around. This wasn't just your average, innocent, everyday stroll outdoors. This was advanced walking, with his penis out. Damn thing was hard, too.
Gun. Is this why you didn't want us to pat you down?
Well,
what you saw, you described it as his penis.
Right.
Do you know what color it looked like?
If that sizzler reel doesn't get you hooked, I don't know what will. I gotta tell you, I'm not a dispatcher, but that line of questioning was a bit of an eyebrow raiser for me. You described what you saw as looking like a penis. Can you tell me what color that penis was? What was the make and model of that wiener? Now, believe me when I tell you that this actually comes full circle. This question actually does play a role in the real investigation. I don't want to spoil how it happens, though. You'll see at the end here.
Oh, is it because of the gun?
2024, a woman was jogging with her dog along the Reeds Lake Trail in East Grand Rapids. As she passed a man walking toward her, something caught her attention. The man had his penis exposed through his zipper and fully erect. Shocked and shaken, she borrowed a bystander's phone and called 911. Minutes later, officers arrived at the scene and spotted a man emerging from a wooded area who matched her description.
Now, at first, this video kind of seemed fishy to me because there's some odd usages of AI throughout it, but I double-checked this story and I can find multiple sources about this guy, so I'm assuming this is all real, and it does appear to be an actual police vehicle that we will eventually get to here. So I'm pretty sure this is all genuine. Just wanted to briefly make a mention of that. So that's the lore breakdown. This story starts with a woman jogging and a man walking towards her with an erect cock out, which obviously disturbs her. She alerts the authorities. Authorities arrive at the scene and they see a suspicious gentle sir emerging from a wooded area.
Hi, sir. Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too shabby.
What's going on?
Oh, just walking around the lake.
Just walking around the lake?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd you start at?
Over by Reed's Lake.
Okay. Like Reed's Lake Boulevard, where?
Just south of here.
South of there?
Yep.
Okay. Reason I wanted to talk to you, we had a call on a subject matching your description.
Okay.
Blue jeans, blue sweatshirt.
Yep.
Walking around with his penis
That's
out.
great, no?
Okay.
I love that he looks down to check. Oh, jeepers. Did I forget the zip? Nope. All clear. Well, as you can see,
Is that not
Officer
gray,
is
though?
firmly in my
That's
trousers.
not blue.
Checkmate. Must have been somebody else. In fact, I saw a very suspicious gentleman running away like a cartoon villain over there a minute ago, and, you know, now that I stop to think about it, it might have been a penis between his legs dangling around. I think he went that way. He's over that way. You're letting the bad guy get away.
Have any ID on you?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
What's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis, have you ever been in trouble before?
I have not.
Dennis, what's your middle name?
Evan.
Can you try to reach him, please? Dennis, what's your last name?
Evans.
What's your middle name? Dennis Evans?
Williams.
4110.
Holy shit. It's the Dennis Evans Williams. Wow. Didn't realize we were dealing with a celebrity. This guy is famous for receiving the world's first fart transplant. Now, Dennis has found himself in quite a pickle here. But don't worry. He's got
that's crazy.
great defense.
Insane
I
sentence.
think I saw you when I passed by the first time.
Yep.
And you went back that way.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw you walk over here, and you were looking back that way, and then you kind of started to run for a second this way. Why was that?
I have no clue. I saw here. I wouldn't have stopped running, I guess, if I thought it was suspicious.
Yeah. Yep. Was there a reason you ducked back in the woods when I went by the first time?
I don't know if it's a bridge or like an old stone. I don't even know what it is back there. But yeah, I was just checking it out.
Yeah, dude, you wouldn't believe it. Back in the woods, I saw a bunch of, like, crop circles, and I'm pretty sure I saw some fucking dirty little bastard gnome run back there, so I was just going to check it out. You know, maybe even find, like, a leprechaun's pot of gold. There's a whole bunch of stuff back in the woods, so as I was jogging around, it kind of caught my eye, so I went back there and
Special
took a
events
peek.
for that, yeah.
That's the explanation for why it seemed like I was running away from you. Really, I was just on an exploratory adventure, really. There's so much magical wonder back there and whimsy, elves and shit, so I was just taking a peek.
Sit tight with him while I run him real quick.
The name he gave didn't exist in any police database. No driver's license, no vehicle record, no trace at all.
That's impossible. You're telling me Dennis Evans Williams doesn't exist? My lord. He's a deep cover secret agent. You're impeding his investigation. He was back there with his cock out in order to try and bring down some kind of occult organization or something. That's the only explanation. Dennis Evans Williams clearly exists. I'm looking right at him.
You don't have an ID on you right now? Nothing on you? All right, sit tight. Let me see what else I can find out.
Okay.
He repeated the same information. Still, nothing came back. Meanwhile, after the two failed attempts to identify the suspect, the victim drove past the scene, and from inside her car, she saw the suspect and immediately identified him to the officer, stating that she was 100% sure. This prompted the officer to approach the suspect a third time, giving him the last chance to give his correct identity.
Oh shit, he got caught on the drive-by here. So the victim drove by and noticed that this was indeed the same character that was just hanging hog out there while she was out on her morning run. And now, with that information of her saying she's 100% sure that's the right guy, the officer is again approaching him to try and get his real identification here, since Dennis Evans Williams is not panning out.
Victim drove by. She gave me a description when I talked to her. She drove by, said 100%, no doubt in her mind it was you.
Okay.
So, Here's what we're going to do. You're going to give me your proper name. You're going to give me your address. And then we're going to go from there.
He continues to maintain that he's Dennis Williams. I'm shocked! So this isn't really going anywhere. He's just dropping breadcrumbs of some make-believe mumbo-jumbo here, going nowhere. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here because he's just stumbling around trying to get himself out of this. It's not working.
Okay. Go ahead and put your hands back behind your back now. Like I said, you're not getting arrested. Nope. Turn around, face that way.
Face that way.
Okay.
You're not getting arrested. Put your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers together.
Okay. Gun. Is this why you didn't want us to pat you down?
Well, part of it.
While detaining the dastardly Dennis here, they were patting him down and then going to put him in the vehicle to talk further and figure out.
Part of it? Does that mean there's multiple guns?
They found a gun
There's a
while
second
patting
one?
him down, and he's like, yeah, that was part of the reason I didn't really want to be giving you guys all my information, thinking that that would be a problem. He didn't tell them that the gun was there, so now they're getting a little more serious about, okay, man, who are you? Just tell us your real name.
All right. What's your real name?
So, here's the deal. This has nothing to do with what you guys stopped me for today. I'm supposed to be at work. All right. I told my wife I was supposed to be at training today. I didn't want to go to work. I took a vacation. She just thinks I'm at work.
40, okay.
Yep, 46, that's about
So
it.
you're playing hooky right now?
Yes, exactly. And she thinks I'm at work because I didn't want to stay home with the kids, and so I had the babysitter come out.
Yep.
That's where we're at.
He took a vacation from work so he could walk around out in public with his penis out. Look, my wife just wouldn't understand, but you guys get it. We're bros, right? Like, we understand each other. Sometimes you just need to cool down, take in the fresh air, and just pull your cock out and walk around outside. That's what I was doing. I was playing a little hooky, had a babysitter come over to watch the kids. My wife was none the wiser, and now kind of caught between a rock and a hard dick here, as you can see, officers. But, you know, that's the whole scope of the situation here. It just, I'm supposed to be at work. Clearly, I'm not at work. Bit of a mix-up.
Okay. So, you have your full name then?
Yes.
Yeah, what is it?
Troy.
45 I can find another.
Allen. A-L-L-E-N. White, just like the color. 10/31/86.
And you obviously don't want your wife to know what's going on.
Kind of why we're here.
As officers detained him pending identification, they conducted a pat-down. That's when everything changed. Inside his waistband was a loaded Springfield Armory Hellcat, round-chambered. In his pocket, a Microtech switchblade. Neither had been disclosed, but what the officers were just about to discover would shift the case even further.
The way they're using the music here sounds like a horror movie trailer right now. They got like the creepy water phone sound effect. What they discovered was going to change everything. Tucked into his waistband, in addition to the other instruments, was his penis. Again! Confirming beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was the same cock that was just indecently exposed outside moments prior to the officers arriving at the scene.
Is there any way I could write you something?
Huh?
Is there any way I could get a pen and a piece of paper?
Okay.
Wait, they said he wasn't
What he wrote on that paper was KCSD. His true identity is Troy Allen White, a 10-year Kent County Sheriff's Deputy.
So I guess he...
Did they not say he wasn't under arrest, which means they can't handcuff him? Because when they handcuff you, then you're under arrest.
He wanted to keep this one a bit off the record, so he wrote it down, passing some notes here, letting them know that he is actually an off-duty officer. He is a Kent County Sheriff's Deputy, Troy Allen White.
Yeah, you work for the Sheriff's Department?
That's crazy.
Okay, what do you do there?
4119.
Oh yeah, I work for the Sheriff's Department. What do I do there? I'm just kind of the penis guy. That's just kind of like what I do there. It's just, you know, they say, hey, Troy, pull out that wiener, right? That's just kind of what I do here. So, you know, I was supposed to be at work today, so I just got a little confused, you know, walking around outside. Big misunderstanding.
County, lodge on false info, indecent exposure, $100 bond for each.
Okay.
So you'll be able to post bond tonight. I'm going to tell you you're going to get suspended when we get down to the Sheriff's Department here.
Troy gave consent to search his truck.
God damn.
So I believe the strategy here from Troy was to inform the officers that he is also in law enforcement, hoping that they would try and like look out for him to help him out, maybe squeeze himself out of this whole thing here. That wasn't in the cards. That didn't happen. So next they got consent from Troy to search his truck. There they found under the booster seat for one of his children a rifle and a flesh-colored dildo. So this man was driving around the fucking freak-mobile here. So they started wondering, well, what is all of this about? What's up with this dildo and all this?
About intent, behavior, and whether this incident was isolated. During a follow-up call, officers asked the victim a necessary question, whether she could have mistaken what she saw.
What you saw, you described it as his penis.
Right.
Do you know what color it looked like?
So I was thinking about this a lot last night because one of the officers asked me, "Are you sure it was his penis?" And I was like, yeah.
Okay.
And then I started to think, well, I suppose it could have been a strap-on dildo that he was wearing through his pants.
This goes on for quite a little while, but I'll summarize. She does like tinker around with the notion that maybe it's possible he was wearing a dildo out of his fly, but she's pretty certain it was actually his penis. She goes on to describe the color as being like very white and contrasting like with everything else. So she is very confident that it was his penis, but then even says if it was a dildo, this is still completely unacceptable regardless, which the officer on the phone agrees with. Ultimately, they did charge him with indecent exposure among like falsifying information. He also resigned in the midst of all of this, and I can't find a follow-up for what happened with the charges. So hopefully the indecent exposure and all that stuck, because this guy is a fucking weirdo freak. Anyway, just wanted to put this story.
Oh wow, more streamers. Look at that. Why is it always the really bad people who make it famous? It seems like at least one a week. At least one a week for this in like entire 12-month period so far.
There's a handful of things.
Bro, my keycaps feel so nasty. They're so smooth. Feels like they have like
instantly make
oil on
pretty
them.
much anyone's blood boil. Hitting your toe on something, or road rage, just inconveniences while driving. But few things can make you see red and ruin your day quite like animal cruelty, watching someone abuse their pets. It's horrific, and it immediately elicits a response of disgust and anger. Even the most calm person on the planet would lose their cool and go into a bubbling rage if they saw a video of someone beating their dog or cat or something like that. Like, I know Thorfinn famously said he has no enemies, but he didn't see Aspen Cartier beating her puppy on a Twitch stream. That's what we're talking about today. A couple days ago, a streamer, and I guess also rapper, named Aspen Cartier was streaming, and then started beating her puppy because it got out of its cage. I don't really know how to even show you this clip because it is just animal abuse. It would get the video taken down, I imagine. So I'm going to try and cut around it to show you the very clear evidence of what unfolded on stream that she's trying to deny happened, which has become a very common tactic, I guess, in the modern day and age, to just say that what you saw with your eyes isn't real. Take my word for it, as opposed to what you witnessed.
I think we finna end stream out because this motherfucking dog, like, goddamn. I'm not gonna be on social media until February 1st, so. How you get out the cage? Fuck you, bro.
That is crazy, bro.
I'm going to cut it right here.
That
this
is
continues
crazy,
for quite a while
bro.
longer, like another 15 or so seconds of the dog.
Did she get arrested? I hope so. What did this say? Arrested, charged with animal cruelty. Good. How about arrested and then maybe possibly like deported? Can we... Is this the one time where deportation might be a good thing? I think so. I think this is the one time where it should happen. 100%. Like, let's be real. If someone's deranged enough to do that and then deny that it ever happened when everyone can clearly see it, they're probably deranged enough to try to kill someone, okay? Like, this might be the one time where it's acceptable.
Screaming and yelping in pain with what sounds like her striking it. It then ends with this. What a fucking scumbag. That is a 3-month-old puppy, by the way. So, as a result of this being broadcast on stream, which she didn't seem to have any issue with on her end, she thought everything was, business as usual. What's the big deal? What? You guys don't do this to your 3-month-old puppy? You never heard of discipline? He got out of his cage. I gotta get him with the goddamn fucking Tekken combo. It's the only way to teach the dog about, not leaving the cage without my permission. It's crazy how it didn't even register that what she did here was bad. So, she did get banned for this, and she tried to defend herself by saying she didn't beat the dog and brought the dog in as, like, a witness to explain that it's fine.
Why you beat the damn dog? I didn't beat the fucking dog.
Is you beat? Is you beat up?
Say I'm really small and I over-exaggerate. Say it.
Dog's trying to get away from you actively.
Say it. Okay, tell him. Tell them that you're fine. Tell them right now. I'm not playing. Tell them. Tell them. You're fine and you're for sale.
Oh my God, he's so fucking dramatic.
That's her defense, that the dog is dramatic. Regular old Phoenix right here. Watertight explanation here. What an excuse. Pack it up, folks. Case closed. The dog was just being dramatic. Just disregard all of the very clear fucking haymakers she was dropping on the dog. The dog was being, just dramatic about it. You gotta rub some dirt in it, obviously. Fucking psychopath. Absolute lunatic. In this video, well, in the second video where she's got the dog on its back, it's very clear that this puppy does not want to be around her. It looks traumatized and afraid of her and is constantly trying to get away from her, which is why it's starting to, cry out when trying to remove itself from her grasp. Are some dogs dramatic? Sure. I feel like anyone that's ever had dogs knows that sometimes, for example, when giving a bath, they will sometimes get very dramatic about not wanting a bath. This is so fucking different from that. This is clearly a dog that is afraid and a dog that was crying in pain being hit. You can see it on stream. And you can hear a lot of really concerning sounds on stream as well while the dog is crying. This is a totally different situation. This is not the dog being dramatic. This is her being a fucking monster. Now, this blew up to such a big degree that the authorities were alerted multiple times about this, and they ended up taking in Aspen Cartier. They charged her with animal cruelty, and when authorities brought the dog in from her custody, they noted that it seemed to be in good health, so it doesn't seem like the dog has suffered any, debilitating injuries or anything like that, which the drooling worms that are desperately trying to defend her are really latching onto, saying, see, the dog is completely fine. She didn't beat the dog at all. Let me go ahead and sit you down here, stupid, since it seems like you just...
Let me smack you with a bat a few times, and then when you can walk tomorrow still, I didn't do it. That's basically the logic.
Blew in from fucking Moronville. Them reporting that the dog appeared to be in good health just means that there were no observable injuries that they were able to notice, like a limp, an injured leg, something like that, when they went and got the dog out of her custody. That doesn't mean that the puppy wasn't beaten. You can watch it happen on stream. All that means is that the beatings didn't lead to any lasting noticeable injuries on the puppy when they got it. It still happened. It's not, like the fucking Tooth Fairy make-believe. You can watch her hit the dog on stream. it clearly was beaten on stream. And just because she didn't break its legs or something like a Kit Kat bar doesn't mean that the beatings are all of a sudden excusable or, you know, not that big of a deal. It's still a big deal, and she still deserves these animal cruelty charges and a severe punishment. Her being banned on Twitch needs to be a permaban, 1000%. This is some downright deplorable evil shit here that she's done. Who knows how often she's beaten this puppy? All we know for sure is that it's happened at least once on stream, and that's one too many. That should never happen. That is awful. And she 1000% needs to be harshly punished with these animal cruelty charges. Anyway, I wanted to yap about this. That's really about it. See ya.
Is Iron Lung good? Yes. I'd imagine. It's so nice of you, dude. I don't say it enough.
Can you believe there's actually a chance of...
I don't want to say it enough or maybe ever, but I respect the hell out of you. Taking the chance of speaking your mind on these projects has truly meant the world to me, and I know I can trust you'll always keep up with your thoughts. I know it's got flaws, and I'm grateful for an assist to stare them dead in the eye, but to say such nice things too. You don't know what that means to hear. Never told you this, but the Starforge PC you sent me was the first computer in my render farm. And best performing. That's crazy. And best performing. Greatest PCs a gamer could buy. Everyone should be using the links in your description. I mean, yeah, they may be good, but they're overpriced. Like, the average person cannot afford these, bro. Like, the Bungulator, yikes. $2,600. Let's see what's in this. It is a Ryzen 7 and a 5070. For $2,600. $6,000. That so. I mean, these would be the most expensive parts, probably. I lied, it's $90. My power supply is basically twice this price. Of course, the GPU you can get as low as $550. Which, realistically, let's be real, they're putting the cheapest shit they possibly can find in this, because, let's be real, the 5070 is a 5070. Like, you want to make money, you're putting the cheapest one in it. Regardless, it's a 5070. Same plate, different design. AMD Ryzen 7. $300. $300. So the two most important components... Let's see the motherboard, too. We'll throw the motherboard in, because you know that's the literal baseboard. $200. So... you have a baseboard that is... with taxes, maybe $230. A GPU with taxes, $400. And then the GPU with taxes, $600. That is a grand total of $1,200. Add the power supply, $120, $1,350. If we assume 32 gigabytes of DDR5, of course we don't do average. We do average prices months ago on this because they have stockpiled shit. We're not doing normal prices. Like, RAM price is completely out of hand. We half this, half the price. So $250 plus taxes. We'll do $275. Being generous there. That's a really high tax for a $250 purchase. $275. Your grand total is $1,625. Where'd the extra grand come from? The extra $1,000 to the price tag. And I would hate to see the price tag on this shit. Like, I don't even need to do the math. I can tell you right now, that's probably an extra, like, 3 or 4 grand on top. Like, sure, they may be good, but they are absurdly overpriced, and nobody should ever buy them. Like, unless you have absurd amounts of money to blow, don't buy it. Like, ever. Even with current shitty prices, you could still make this PC for less than $2,000. And I know, oh, but their cases are expensive as shit, too, like, cases and accessories, cases. Like, sure, they look good, but a $400 case, bro? $400 for a case. And that's, like, the average price. They're all that price tag. Yeah. Oh, what's that? You can get it for as low as $12. Why are certain ones of these on sale? Oh, because IP, yeah. Probably didn't want to put it on sale with their IP on the line, you know? I mean, some of them, though. Surprisingly. I mean, that's actually not the worst. Assuming that this doesn't change, it says 3, 6, 12, 18, 24, and 36 months. Starting at 0% APR. That's probably for the 3-month one, though. I guarantee you go any more than that, you're probably going to be paying like 15, 20% APR, which at that rate, put it on a credit card. Like, damn. It'll be like 25 minimum a month, and it'll pay off faster with higher APR, so you will actually pay less. Like, yeah. $229,000 likes on this comment is crazy. Yeah, I never told you this, but the Starforge PC you sent me was the first computer in my render farm and best performing. Again, they may be the best performing, but like, no normal person will ever be able to afford these PCs. This is like the designer clothing of electronics, basically. Overpriced as shit. And they don't even make 90% of it. Like, if they manufactured everything from the ground up, if the GPU was custom, like, if they got the chips from NVIDIA and they made a custom GPU case and everything, custom coolers, custom case, custom RAM, custom everything, the price would make sense. But they don't. And that's why it's just like, what the fuck? Like, that price tag is absurd, bro. Even their mouse pads.
Uh-oh, it's knocking on our door. The trick-or-treaters from Hollywood have arrived with their AI productions
And also was responding to a grandma,
Darren
yeah?
Aronofsky, a world-renowned director whom I'm sure you're familiar with at least some of his work, like Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan, The Whale, most recently Caught Stealing, which I'm not sure if it did like super well in the box office or not, but he is a director with some real meat behind him. And he has just released a trailer for an AI series called On This Day 1776. It is a fully AI-generated production that uses some real voice actors to do the voice acting, so it didn't just steal people's voices for it. Wow. What a saint.
Wait. So you didn't steal people's voices, but you stole the actors' roles. Interesting. Interesting logic there. You're such a saint, bro, yeah. God himself is among us.
But that's the only thing it didn't steal. Not even Gollum's appearance was safe. Look at the way...
Made a Facebook account so I can talk to my mom since she's not allowed to be here. Otherwise, she could go back to jail for like 17 days. What, is it like a temporary restraining order? What the hell? I don't know what the hell's going on in Florida, but the police are power tripping, bro. They're allowed to just do that?
Benjamin Franklin looks in this fucking trailer. He looks like Gollum if he went to a boarding school or like one of those manners courses, those etiquette classes. Oh my god, it is revolting. It is a
generally stuff like that still has to be done by the person, though. At least as far as I'm aware.
To just fully
kind of crazy
AI generate a movie or a show. It's something that we've all known is coming because they haven't exactly been shy about wanting to replace everything in the creative space like art, video games and shit, like this entire pipeline with AI in order to save money. So this was always going to be hitting our doorstep at some point, and it's already here. But what I didn't expect is the general here riding into battle that's spearheading this operation, this diabolical decline in quality of our products with AI. I didn't expect it to be someone whom I've respected for a long time, Darren Aronofsky. He is clearly more washed than my fucking dishes. This is so embarrassing. It would be less insulting if he just like fucking 4K upscaled Two Girls, One Cup and called it his newest project. Like, this is just so trash, man. It's actually infuriatingly bad. So I want to go through the trailer here so we can point and laugh at this garbage together. But before doing that, I want to talk about something positive, a little bit of a palate cleanser before we dive into this. Cheeky has free rinse soap now. It's available right now. It's an official collaboration with Freerin. As all of you know, I'm a huge fucking Freerin fan these days. The light on my desk.
That's crazy.
Freerin soap. Use cheeky.com. It's the best soap in the universe.
The light, bro's complaining about good lighting. Imagine having lighting.
Freerin scents are some of our best yet. Damn, I thought by trying to get in there quick it would focus on it right away, but it didn't. Anyway,
so
they're available
you
now.
smell? That's
I'm
crazy.
a huge fucking Freerin
I took a
fan,
shower
so I've been
yesterday.
really pumped about this one.
The rebellious war has become more general.
Too many still unsure of why we fight.
We have it in our power to begin the world over again.
Wow, aren't you glad they didn't use real actors? Man, it must have taken Darren maybe a whole couple hours out of an afternoon to put together this piece.
I'll be the judge of that. That's crazy.
He really got to work. He was fucking sweating out there for this one. Probably his most difficult project yet, coming up with the right sentences to plug into the AI video generation tools he was using. Oh my god, it just looks terrible. I don't know how anyone could have so little taste that they'd actually think that this looks good. You'd have to be some kind of ghoul, some kind of like actual NPC to find an appreciation for garbage like this. It looks like a YouTube short that was just farted out from those AI slop channels. Or better yet, it looks like something your grandmother would repost on Facebook thinking that it's real, like dragons that have been discovered recently or something. It's so bad. And the fact that they're using like SAG affiliated voice actors for it is so obviously just trying to mitigate the backlash they knew they were going to get had they just used AI voices as well, which I imagine they planned on doing initially, but someone spoke up saying, no, let's just hire some voice actors to just lazily do this real quick for cheap. Just so that way they could say, like, oh no, it's not fully AI. Like, we have, some SAG voice actors in it. Come on, guys. This is very much a human passion project. We're just using Gen AI as a tool for us to get creative. Skin crawling.
There is no way but forward.
We are now the troops of the United Colonies of North America.
For the purpose of establishing...
So, take a peek at this new nation that was born. Amerid. Yep. Perfect. On this day, 1776, the nation of Amerid was formed.
Amerid.
Yeehaw.
Amerid.
How could anyone think this was a good idea? Especially someone like Darren Aronofsky. What the fuck happened to you, man? What? I don't understand how you go from so many good movies to now just peddling AI slop. What a disgusting career pivot. Holy Toledo, heavens to Betsy.
An independent empire. Who are you? Massachusetts!
That's not surrender.
I really don't understand why they keep stressing, experience it like you've never seen before. And then it's the most just generic garbage ever. It is AI. You are using Gen AI here. By its very existence, it means that we have seen it millions of times before because the AI has been trained on it millions of times before. So you are only seeing regurgitated garbage in the first place that is stealing from previous works to do this. This is exactly what we have seen before. The only difference is now there's no human beings involved in it at all, aside from like Darren Aronofsky just chopping away his keyboard for a couple of minutes here, typing in some prompts. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is nothing exciting. It's nothing new. It's the laziest, cheapest form of movie making or, you know, I guess shorts producing possible.
You know what's going to be even more stressful for the industry? The industry is moving further and further into AI. And then there's fucking Markiplier. Yikes. Yikes. Because I guarantee, let's be real, this isn't going to be that bubble gonna pop. Yeah, this isn't gonna be Markiplier's last movie. Nah, I guarantee it won't be Mark's last movie. I guarantee with how well this one's done, he's probably gonna actually open a full studio. Realistically, like he already has an entire cast team and everything, or not casting, cast crew. Why not just keep them all? Just make an actual studio and start on bigger and bigger projects just slowly. Because he's already proven that his fan base can easily keep it afloat. Like, if he ever ran into a financial issue, bro could just throw up a PayPal link, and all of those financial issues would be gone. Like, Disney doesn't have the ability to do that, right? Like, if Disney was like, yo, here's a PayPal link, we're gonna go bankrupt. Let's be real, they're going bankrupt. If Mark did that, I guarantee he'd be good within like 30 minutes. And now the industry is going further and further into AI, which is going to screw them over even more.
It doesn't get worse than this. I then saw this statement from Time Studios president Ben Bitanti. This project is a glimpse at what thoughtful, creative, artist-led use of AI can look like. Not replacing craft, but expanding what's possible and allowing storytellers to go places they simply couldn't before. What is Ben Titty talking about? Going places they haven't been able to go before? Where's that? In a place with snow and houses? That's all that's in the trailer. Or they're inside the building signing the birth of the new nation, Amarid. If you're standing up, you need to sit down for this blast of cold water. You can make the inside of a building right now. It's a set that's been done millions of times. What the fuck are you talking about? Where in this trailer did they venture into the unknown that was previously inaccessible to human beings? I am stunned. I'm confused. What are you talking about, Ben? AI didn't go anywhere new or creative here in this trailer. It's the same path that's been walked millions of times
before. It is physically impossible for AI to make anything new or creative.
By real people in real places, but now it just looks like shit with Gen AI. This is just blatantly lying. The only thing this technology does is allow people like Ben and studios and people like Darren now, I guess, to produce trash like this for extremely cheap. So they're able to just pump these out lickety-split for basically pennies. And he's calling it artist-led AI usage, you know, using AI as a tool and whatever, but that's just baloney. They had like some SAG voice actors come in to record some really, you know, quick lines, and then apparently they had like human post-production on this, which I'll take their word for it. They did a terrible job, but I guess they used humans to, you know, color grade it and shit. But overall, this is not artist-led AI usage. This is a proof of concept that they can just squeak out the cheapest generated AI garbage imaginable, and people will still sit down to watch it if they attach a beloved director's name to it. I hope this flops. I hope this fails so fucking hard Aronofsky struggles to land any directorial roles in the future. This is actually just that catastrophic. Him putting his name on this, and this whole production here is truly awful. Actually terrible, and sets a horrible precedent for the future of filmmaking or TV show producing. It sucks. It is here to replace the craft, so that way it's cheaper for the bottom line of the vampires at the top of the food chain that control these industries. That is the whole purpose of it.
Good old capitalism.
There is nothing creatively new in this trailer. It's only cheap. That's it. I don't know why he's trying to say and convince people that there was, you know, so much new things here that we
There's
couldn't do
not.
without
There's
the
nothing
use
new.
of AI. That's
Capitalism
just
drives
blatantly false.
profits,
What, people
not
in
innovation.
costumes? We've never done that before. Someone that looks like Ben Franklin. What, we've never had a makeup artist before make someone look like Ben Franklin. And the locations are very much easily accessible locations or sets that could be built and have been built numerous times. It's all a lie for the sake of trying to normalize AI productions like this so that way they can feel more confident replacing more and more jobs in the creative sector if this succeeds. Because if this can just even somewhat make a little bit of money, it proves that people will just stomach anything. So then what the fuck is the point in hiring, actors to play these characters when they'll just have AI spit it out for them in an afternoon for nothing? It sucks.
Okay.
It actually
Just to
super
let you
sucks.
know. Yeah.
And I had to make fun of it. So yeah, anyway, just wanted to yap on it. That's it. See ya.
Iron Lung 3 years ago. Oh my god.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and I'm very tired. I'm going to
It's
go
what
into the
started
ocean,
it all.
and I'm going to...
Someone commented one day ago, if he likes this, he'll love the movie. The main dude looks just like him. A joke 3 years in the making. Who's here after he did an IRL playthrough? Kind of looks like the guy from the movie. Crazy. I gotta save these for the comments later.
Five confirmed beautifully. Oh!
Am I just spoiling when you haven't played it yet? Yeah. Iron Lung, the update.
All right. Okay. This lives on to go into the blood ocean another day. Don't know why this is the fourth one that they've explored, but hey, with Markiplier is very fun, and I think you'll like.
It's funny how he always manages to do space stuff, huh? Is it literally just the same thing again? It is.
I don't know why I bothered. Knew it.
I knew it.
Okay. I knew it. Consider it. You'll die, but
Should make a Lethal Company movie next. That'd actually be like, that would go so hard. I have a feeling it'd be shit though, because Lethal Company doesn't actually have a plot. There's no real story to it. This actually has a pretty decent story as far as I'm aware. Psychological horror. The fuck, there's a shit ton of lore. Are you crazy? Lore doesn't equal story. Lore is just lore. Imagine if you took out all of the cutscenes and all of the boss dialogue and everything from Elden Ring. Imagine if you just took out all of that and just left some books around that just tell you a story slowly. That's just... Or not even tell you a story slowly. Lore normally isn't even, parts of the main story. It's just random, vague things that you have to slowly piece together to get a sense of a story. That's how a story is told in the Souls games, though. I mean, so-so. I would say lore, more accurately, is what FNAF did. How it took someone like fucking MatPat, multiple years worth of work to piece this all together, and majority of it still isn't even confirmed to be true. That's what lore is. Story is the main physical story, things we know for a fact. For instance, say, Security Breach or Secret of the Mimic. The only part of the story that you know for a fact to be 100% real is the steps you go through to finish the game. Anything other than that is lore, and generally never actually confirmed nor denied. And a major portion of the FNAF lore to this day is still just speculation. And how are you doing, Corner? Yeah, making something like a FNAF movie easy, because you know the story's still there. Making something like an Iron Lung movie easy, because it's still there, and it still adds to the main story. That's the thing, though, is it adds to the main story, but generally lore is speculated, not actually verified. Like, it adds to what's there. It doesn't actually create something. Like, trying to write a script for, like, Lethal Company movie, like, good fucking luck. Like, you are going to have such a hard time. You're basically just writing a brand new movie. Like, at that rate, you might as well take inspiration from Lethal Company and make your own IP. Like, what's the point of selling off to someone else? Like, what's the point of having Zeekers make millions of dollars off of the movie that you produced, hired the entire team for, paid all the actors, everything, when you could just make a spin-off? I'd argue Iron Lung has less story than Lethal Company has. I don't know about that. I mean, fuck, there's an itch game I played that was about digging, even. You man drills in, like, a fucking war scenario, and it has a major fucking plot twist. That would probably also make a great movie. Like, fuck, Mark could make a movie out of that shit, and bro probably be a millionaire. Well, I mean, he already is a millionaire, but I mean, like, off the movie, specifically. Guy who made Minecraft. Well, there you go, too. That is a perfect example, actually, the Minecraft movie. Minecraft has some lore. It doesn't really have a set story. And look how that one turned out. They had to make shit up as they went. Like when it comes to something like a Lethal Company movie, you might as well just take the idea of Lethal Company, you know, go into different planets for some weird-ass entity that will kill you otherwise if you don't meet your quota, and you have to find shit, not died by monsters. Just take a spin-off of it. Like, that's not copyrighted. They can't really copyright that in any way, really, as long as you're not, like, taking main features from it. Like, for instance, you can't take... I forget what the names of the monsters are. Like, you can't take the Bracken. Like, you can't just take a fucking Bracken idea and throw it in there, too. That's obviously copyrighted. Like, you make new monsters, unique, and you just make an entire new IP, and then you own 100% of the IP, and there you go. If it does good, you keep making movies. If it does bad, oh well, one-off movie. Like, since you have to write an entire script anyways... Making a Lethal Company clone movie would fail instantly. You really think? You really think if Markiplier made a Lethal Company clone movie, it would fail? Not sure there's really a bigger compliment than someone not only playing your game, but dedicating the next 3 years trying to make a movie about your game. If Mark ever releases a DVD Blu-ray of the movie, this playthrough should be put under the extras menu. If Mark made it, probably not, but he wouldn't. I think the main reason the Iron Lung movie did so good is because look at how the videos did. Fucking 14 million views, 7 million views for the lore update alone by itself. The lore update has 7 million views. The cheat update has 2.6 million.
Uh-oh.
The original... The original, I'm pretty sure, has like... Yeah, 13 mil. It's because it was a very loved game within his channel. So, obviously, when he made a movie of it, it did really well. I think majority of the time, people do not want games made into movies. Because it just turns out like the Minecraft movie. It's just fucking callbacks to random-ass memes. And then it ends up just not really being all that good. Like, that's the issue the FNAF movie has. Like, it's a movie based off of a game, but the people who expect it to be, like, some insane fucking prodigy movie are sorely disappointed because it's a movie based off of a game. It generally doesn't really work. Like, in the case of Iron Lung, it is a very story-driven, very linear game, so you basically already had an entire script there. Like, you didn't really have to write anything new. Maybe like 10% of the script is like original. But other than that, majority of it was already there. The only reason a Lethal Company movie I would say would do good is because of the name Lethal Company slapped onto it. It's kind of the idea like Hightail. I think realistically the only reason Hightail did good was because it's by the Hypixel devs, and everyone knows the about Hypixel. So they had the freest marketing on the planet. Same thing with a Minecraft movie. I feel like the only reason a movie like that did good is because they slapped the word Minecraft on it. Like, if it was if you took that movie and in no way related it to Minecraft, it would have been one of the biggest flops on the planet for just how weird and cringe it was. That was like its biggest selling point. Like an official trailer 2 years ago. I remember this.
And even if you do, here, unseen, will get their execution.
Damn, the CGI work in this is actually incredible, though. Wait, is this supposed to be the, I don't even know what this is. The memes helped it a lot. Yeah, that's what I mean, though, is like, if it wasn't Minecraft, if they didn't slap Minecraft onto it, it would have probably been the biggest flop of a movie in history, because the memes would have been, the memes wouldn't have been laughing with the movie, they would have been laughing at the movie. That only did good because of the zombie chicken. Yeah, chicken. Ranked video game movies with memes. What the hell, bruh? Come on, vending machine, bring out the evil in people. Oh boy.
I imagine a lot of you are tired of hearing me whine about insomnia in the intro of some of my videos recently, lamenting my lack of sleep. Well, that's too bad, Buster. And dagnabbit, I haven't slept again, in case you couldn't quite tell. And you know what? I don't feel like turning that light on over there, so you're getting the scary campfire lighting right now that makes me look like a character out of Fear and Hunger. So deal with it. I feel like SpongeBob when he got the goddamn suds. I'm tired, but I can't sleep. Been tossing and turning, laying around, not able to catch any Z's. So, I decided to go to the old tried and true method of getting a wonderful lullaby together to help me fall asleep peacefully, making fun of Pokemon scalpers.
Get away from me! Hey, yo, you are. Get away from me! Stay behind me! Get away from me, dude! Hey, you're putting your hands on me. Don't call the cops. You're putting your hands on me for assault. You're assaulting somebody right now. Away from You're assaulting me.
If you see a Pokemon card vending machine, just know.
I mean, here's where the problem comes out, though, is this guy's like, oh, you're assaulting me, except when you're actively fucking with something that he's doing, you're instigating, meaning he won't get in trouble at all. That counts as instigating. Like, if he pulled out a gun and shot you, that's like third, second degree absolute best, because you're instigating. So, like, what the hell are you planning on doing? You're gonna go, oh, he's assaulting me. They have video proof.
Somebody right now. You're assaulting me.
If you see a Pokemon card vending machine, just know you entered a PvP zone. They're like the most hostile places on Earth. Anytime there's a Pokemon card vending machine with multiple people around it, you know shit's about to pop off. Now, it usually doesn't result in like a full-blown fight with haymakers being thrown or anything. Typically what you get is what you saw right there, where it's a lot of like boxing out, like he's about to try and get a rebound. while desperately trying to swipe for more Pokemon card product from the machine as someone's trying to get around him to take control of the device themselves. It's a lot of bumping and grinding, but make no mistake, this is only elevating in frequency and aggression, and I imagine it won't be long now before we see our first fatality at a Pokemon card vending machine as people fight over these products so they can scalp them online for a $2 profit.
You're over here putting your hands on me. Get away from me! Yo! You're over here assaulting me, bro.
Now it's starting to get a little scrappy. The guy in the glasses got a little feisty there. He like went over top of him, and I thought he was going to give him a fucking titty twister right there, just start tweaking on his nipples the way he like wrapped around him like a fucking jetpack.
You know the simpler way to do this, rather than catching multiple
defense is
assault
good.
charges or harassment and instigating charges? You just call for fucking security or someone who works there. Like, shit, bro.
He definitely knows some BJJ or something right now. He's doing a great job trying to getting out of the full mount, and he is still maintaining control of the Pokemon card vending machine.
Away from me! You're assaulting away from me! You're putting your hands on me! Look, get away from me! Brother! Really funny.
An unstoppable object meeting an immovable force. It's inspiring. The guy in the beanie is just
I remember Black Friday
refusing
before Amazon was
to
a thing.
budge.
Jesus.
I gotta tell you, the tactics from the glasses guy are confusing. This technique is clearly not working. He's going for like a, I don't know, like chest bump him out of the vicinity type deal.
And I'm back
But the
again.
other guy's just,
Oh,
you know,
no.
getting him with some shoves. He's
Like
hitting
the
him
third
almost
time.
like with the E-Honda moves from Street Fighter at times here. Yet this guy does not give up. He still keeps trying to, like, swoop in there. Now, Pokemon card vending machines have a glitch in them right now that a lot of scalpers are exploiting for their own financial gain, where Pokemon card vending machines have a limit where a customer can't just buy out the whole machine and leave everyone with their fucking dick in their hand. But these fucking worms, these degenerate dweeb dork losers, have found a way around those limits.
Multiple cards.
By doing, like, basically a frame-perfect speedrun trick. As I understand it, if they swipe their card while in between screens on the Pokemon card vending machine, they can still add product to their cart even though they're past their purchase limit, even if it says sold out.
Or alternatively, you just get multiple cards. Like, I can log into my credit card right now, and obviously there's a shit ton of virtual cards, but, like, you can get other cards that link to that same card with different information. Would that not just be easier?
So that's how a lot of them are glitching the machine. The guy in the yellow beanie here, I don't think is actually trying to glitch it.
Are you
At
watching
least it
Waffle
doesn't
House
seem like it to
fights?
me.
Where are you
Compared to
going?
the other videos of people that are blatantly glitching it and proudly talking about how they're glitching it, I don't think he was one of those people. But I think the guy who's desperately trying to get in there probably was. I think he was probably going to do that, and he was upset that he wasn't there first, so that way he could take all the inventory. That's my hunch, at least.
You're bleeding. You're over here. Oh, you already got stuff, bruh. Let people go. I'm alive.
You already got some. Again, though, as he said, there's limits on them. You can buy a certain amount. So if he can buy 10 of them, it doesn't matter if he has 2 or 3. He's allowed to buy 10. New idea. Put armed guards right here in front of these machines. If something like this happens, they just tase the shit out of you. And then you're banned. You're trespassed for life. Simplest fix ever. Fights will stop within minutes. Like, you'll never see it again. The second they announce that, immediately, poof. All of this drama completely gone. I think back then there wasn't a limit, but now there is because of this. Yeah.
You already got stuff. You better get away from me. You already got stuff, bruh. He's crazy.
Again, this guy's like, hey, you already got something. Bro, there's a fucking limit. And if he goes over the limit, call somebody who works there and say, hey, he glitched the machine to get extra. You know what they'll do? They'll force him to give him back and refund him for the extras. Had he just asked other people to go buy him more? Like I said, if you're really wanting to get more, Just get a fucking card, bro. Get another card. It's not that hard. You can have 2 IQ and figure out how to do it. It's a fucking button when you log into your credit card. Easiest shit on the planet. Literally give his card to a random person and have them go buy more. Well, technically, that's not that he's not doing it then, because if he gave his card, that's not, because they have a limit on your card. They read your card information to see if you've bought too many in the time period, so you can't get extra with just your card unless you're doing the glitch like he was saying. Meaning if he already purchased them, like the max amount, he can't do the glitch to get more. Just saying that's how he got around it. Well, he's technically not getting around it, he's just being lazy at that, right? Because you have to, as far as I'm aware with glitches like that, you have to do it the first time. Like, let's say there's a limit of 10. You have to do that, not at the machine. Well, then that's the employee's fault. Was the person at the... Then that's the employee's fault. He's not really technically doing anything wrong. The employee just didn't check the fucking card to make sure it wasn't the same guy again.
Now, of course, it is entirely possible he is attempting to glitch the machine, and that's the reason why this guy is so desperately trying to get in there, because he knows once he, goes fucking turbo mode here with the glitch activated, then he won't be able to get any product for himself.
That would have got me, like Fen said. But again, like, these machines and, like, the cashier, if there's a physical person selling them, they can just check the card. Like, it'll tell you if the amount they've bought. They have a limit around there for a reason. Getting around it just got me. I mean, yeah, but if it's a person doing it, like, that's entirely their fault. Like, it would have probably flagged, and they could have easily seen and been like, oh, you can't buy more. Like, how does sending in a different person make any difference? Like, at that rate, Teddy could have just gone in, bought, like, again, let's say the limit is 10 per week. Teddy could have went in and bought 10 one day, then went back the next day and bought 10 more. Like, you can't really say that's a limit, then. I can put a lock on the door, but it's not perfect. Getting around that lock is still scummy. Realistically, if all you have to do to get around it is walk back into the store, if all you have to do to buy more is walk back into the store, this is basically what their security is. It is this meme. This is what their security is. No, but it's per customer limit. So Teddy went in with him and his girlfriend. They got 2 boxes each. But that's the thing. Like, it's per customer limit. So that's technically not getting around it, because it's 2 different people buying it, probably with 2 different cards. Had they both been using the same card, then that's not allowed because it's 1 customer technically. I can lock my door and say, don't open my door. If you open my door, you're just an ass. But that's the thing, is if you say, don't open my door, you are actively enforcing that limit. But if you never tell them, don't open my door, you can't get mad if they do. That's basically what's happening. If you're going to put a limit on amount of purchases, but you're not actually ever going to verify, like to make sure they're not just using this, because again, if you're using the same card and they're not verifying that you haven't bought the limit, like they're not even doing the bare minimum, they're not even telling you don't open the door. Because how many people do you think just don't even know about that limit, that go into that same store and just buy multiple per day and they don't even know? Because they're not even informing you, like, hey, by the way, you've bought too many. Your card is flagging. You're past your limit. Like, that's entirely their fault. That is literally them telling you, or them not telling you, don't open the door. They're just not even telling you that, but they're expecting you to not buy more than extra. How is it not if you're having someone get you more than you should be able to get? Because you said Teddy gave him his card, which means it's Teddy's card again. That's entirely their fault. They just don't give a shit at that rate. Like, the employee just doesn't care. They claim there's a limit, but obviously there's not, because the employee is not actually enforcing it. That's what I'm saying, is like, with how many people employees see per day, like, you're not going to remember their face. Like, you see hundreds of people a day. Teddy could just go back the next day with his own card and get more anyways. He could go every single day and just get more anyways, and if his card's not flagging, they're not telling him, hey, you can't use this card, it flagged, like, It doesn't even matter if he sent someone else. Because they're not like taking pictures of your face like this guy bought 2 this weekend, no more. They're going off of the card information. That actually happened. He had to wait for the same worker to leave so he could get more. Well, then that worker has really good memory. But, like, that's the thing, is they shouldn't be basing it off of if you remember the guy. The next day. Yeah, like, they shouldn't be basing it off if you remember the guy. It should be based off the card information, which is how these vending machines work. Of course, the way around it is if you bring, like, 30 different cards with you that all link to the same account, or if it's, like, 30 different accounts, oh, well. Like, they put in the work. They put in their payment information 30 fucking times. Like, at that rate, they probably deserve it. They sat there for, like, at minimum 30 minutes. Like, goddamn. They will never check that. Well, then that's their own fault. Like, you can't put a limit, but then not even attempt to enforce the limit. Things would work so much more smoothly if people weren't assholes. You know what would make things work better with Pokemon cards? If people weren't stupid enough to spend thousands of dollars or even hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars for a piece of paper. That would solve the problem. Again, capitalism drives price and earnings, profit, not any kind of innovation. People are willing to spend money on the dumbest shit possible, just on the chance that they might make money from it due to other dumb people willing to spend money on the dumbest shit possible, and the chain continues. Like, the manufacturing cost for these cards is like a penny or 2 per card, and people are willing to spend thousands of dollars for them. Like, that's an issue with the people, not the product. I'm going to go eat really quick. I will be back. Oh shit, I was still muted. I am back finally.
Also equally possible. But I'm going to show you some footage of someone who did glitch the machine, and it just looks different than how he's doing it. But before that, I want to show you someone trying to glitch the machine the old-fashioned way, the way our forefathers used to scalp Pokemon products and ruin this hobby for children.
What? Get out from behind there now. Okay, I'll get out. No, now. Okay.
He's got the spirit, but he doesn't have the brain power for it. The body is willing, but the mind lacks the neurons to pull off the glitch. So he said, to hell with it. I'm gonna do it my way. So he crawls behind the machine to unplug it, I think in an effort to reset his limits, but then he got stuck. So one of the employees is over there just trying to bargain with him to get the fuck out from behind the machine, but he is firmly lodged in there. I wish I could find a longer video of this, because I have no doubt he probably got filmed by a couple of people, because he is now like a turtle on its shell. Like, he can't get out from the machine. He is now just fucking stuck there.
Look at this dude.
Look at this dude. Wow.
Glitching out the machine like a loser. The kids can't get it. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know it's actually illegal to tamper with vending machines. I will. I will.
So this is someone who does appear to be glitching the machine. You can see he's adding products.
Wow, he is
labeled
really fucking stupid, bro. He's smiling, saying, "Take it to the police." You know that's a felony, right? Like, yeah, sure, it's only Pokemon cards, but like, tampering with electronics in any way is a felony. Like, that's some severe prison time over some Pokemon packs, bro. You are really that stupid? What's even worse, too, is not only is he tampering with just a machine, but he's also tampering with a machine that processes transactions, so it handles financial information. That is, like, a very big felony. They should put that on it, too. They should put a sticker saying that they'll just straight up send that shit to the police.
This cart, which is a result of glitching it. As I understand it, sometimes it'll say sold out to a customer in order to prevent them from adding more product past their limit. But it's not actually sold out per se, like there is still more product there, but it's the Pokemon card vending machine's way of trying to fight back against these fucking parasites. So they just say that it's sold out, but even that's not enough to stop them. So this guy is apparently glitching it out. And this guy is now just insulting him to his face, and he mentions that tampering with vending machines is illegal, that it's a crime, which I'd never heard of before. And I looked it up, and I guess, yeah, it does seem to be true. I don't know if anyone's going to get arrested for this, but that would be fucking amazing.
I mean, you very much could, yeah. If he reported that to the business, then the business reported it to police, 100% he could.
If the Pokemon company worked with law enforcement to have everyone who's been caught glitching their machines fucking thrown in jail.
They should,
honestly. Can you even imagine? Holy shit.
They should.
That would actually probably cure my insomnia on the spot if I heard about that happening. That'd be incredible. Yeah, actually. I feel like anyone would be able to sleep peaceful knowing scalpers are out there miserable. That'd be great. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now. This fucking hobby is truly a cesspool. Like, I know I cover a lot of Pokemon scalper shit and a lot of Pokemon armed robberies that seem to be happening a lot now. And I can't help it. It's just out of control, and I gotta yap about it. This shit is fucking disgusting.
Hell yeah. These guys are the guys glitching it, as always. Mm-hmm. Dude, I know who you guys are. You're the Tui boys. I know it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's alright. Just goes to Pokemon Center. They already started one on you guys up north.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck. I'm enjoying this Red Bull.
You enjoy it.
It's been a good day.
Oh, the way he's nursing that Red Bull there, just sipping it like he's at his first fucking college frat party with a PBR in his hands and unable to figure out how to socialize. So all he does is try and, like, put his hand in his pocket and drink from the fucking can. Just to try and make it seem like he's not bothered by this, even though he clearly is. So a big thing that's been happening is people glitching the machines, and when people glitch them, they immediately get filmed and shamed, it seems. Even among scalpers, that's apparently a big no-no. So now, all of these losers that are glitching the machines are being filmed by, in a lot of cases, other scalpers who are pointing and laughing at them. So now there's, in the world of Pokemon scalpers, there is people even scalpers look down on. And it's these Pokemon card vending machine glitchers. It's pandemonium out there. There are so many videos of people just going up and insulting individuals or even groups sometimes that are glitching these vending machines. It's a ton. But I don't think I need to show you all of them here. They're popping up every single day, and multiple times a day. So anyway, I just wanted to make fun of some Pokemon scalpers again. That's really about it. So yeah.
Yikes. What the hell? You know the worst part about IEMs is if they're not currently playing something, you just hear your own heartbeat if you have as bad as a heart as me. What does it sound like? Just thumping. I normally put them in after I use my moisturizer since I'll get on the headset, but it should be good now.
Good morning, traveler. You're looking awfully well rested. I'm jealous. Wish I could say the same. I missed out on shut-eye again for the millionth time over the last 12 months. I tell you, that insomnia's powerful spell got me in the nipple clamps. But it's not about me. I'm not here to just trauma dump on you. What say you to listening to me regale a riveting story? Have you heard of the High Elves? Every one of them dirty bastards done started an OnlyFans. Point I'm making. OnlyFans is everywhere now. If you open your mouth to take a breath, the first thing that gets into your lungs is not oxygen, it's fucking OnlyFans being shoved down your throat. It is inescapable. The only thing more popular than OnlyFans is gambling. The two healthiest pillars of a sane society, gambling and OnlyFans. And as you may have guessed, I haven't slept again. And in an effort to make myself sleepy, I started just doom scrolling, which never fucking works. But I did stumble across a very interesting feud in the OnlyFans world where a creator is calling out the queen of OnlyFans, Sophie Rain, the LeBron of lingerie, the Tiger Woods of wood, the Tom Brady of lady, the Wayne Gretzky of latex ski. I'm just fucking pulling this out of my butthole right now. I'm going crazy with it. Sophie Rain is like the most popular creator on OnlyFans. You've probably heard her name before because she's often flexing how much money she makes through OnlyFans. Unfathomable wealth, where she's posting screenshots claiming that she's making over $90 million through it and providing like proof to back up her claims and constantly defending.
You know what's crazy? Is if she's not making that much money, but she's lying about it, the IRS is just going to keep building up their case against her, and then they will sue the shit out of her. And even if she's like, no, I was lying, it was a joke, they're still not going to care. They will still use that as evidence and just farm the shit out of her. Infinite money glitch.
That she's making this millions upon millions and millions of dollars there. And there's a creator calling that out as fake. And this creator actually has receipts to prove it. It feels like pretty strong evidence that those might not be accurate. And not only is she calling out Sophie Rain, but some people that are closely associated to Sophie Rain who are allegedly doing similar things with fake screenshots with their earnings being fudged.
Hey Piper, I saw you deleted this fake statement since we saw the typo, and you've replaced it with this new fake statement. And you've added another million onto your net. I don't blame you. It's your first day on the job and we all make mistakes. I blame your management. The same management.
Wait, was there a typo? I can't actually read it.
Hey Piper, net. I don't blame you. It's your first day on the job and we all make mistakes. I blame your management. The same management the Bop House uses. That's known for lying and scamming all their fans. I really hope you do better, because the shit that you bitches do is not cool.
This is that initial tweet screenshot, allegedly. Big whoopsie-daisy there.
Yeah.
You can see that she forgot to get rid of the other money sign there. So
Yikes. Money, money. Mr. Krabs and number.
So that's clearly incorrect. And she deleted it and then posted another one with that error fixed. Piper Raquel's name is one that I've heard pretty recently because it's a pretty controversial story here where she was like a kid star or child influencer, some shit like that. And then very soon after she turned 18, she started an OnlyFans page to do OnlyFans content. And then starts flexing how she made $1 million in 24 hours. And then, no, it's actually $2 million, you know, her first couple days on the job, that kind of thing. Which I know has happened before, like with Danielle Bregoli, Bad Baby. I know when she turned 18, she started an OnlyFans, and a bunch of those fucking weirdo freaks were like waiting, salivating on bated breath for her to open that OnlyFans, and they all gave her a bunch of money. I know that happened. It's just so fucking weird. Also, apparently she had paid a visit to the Bop House to collab with them when she was still 17. Bop House is a OnlyFans content creator house. Why are you collabing with a minor? A lot of people are speculating that they were trying to like push her into doing OnlyFans, and like them collabing was them trying to get her like, you know, into the idea of opening OnlyFans when she's 18. Maybe to like lock her into a contract with the Bop House management team or something like that. Who knows, but it's still fucking weird no matter how you spin it. Anyway though, back to the feud itself. Jamie Liz is pointing out the fraudulent screenshot here, talking about how that's not real, which it clearly isn't. It was photoshopped.
Is Camilla. So the next bitch on my hit list is Camilla from...
The crazy thing too is you don't even need to Photoshop it and fuck up. You can just, like, inspect element and not fuck up. But these people are too stupid to know that, so, you know.
From the Bop House.
Even the White House is too brain dead to figure that one out.
Minor brother for views, asking him to talk about how pink her pussy is. Yeah, that one. This is her supposedly deleted OnlyFans, active, saying available now. And then when I asked her about it here, are you gonna delete it? Just asking, because that's what you're saying all over your social media, babe. Just confused. She blocked me. That's why it says chat unavailable. And here's yet again another lying, scamming bitch to come out of the chopped house. But this one's extra weird. She used her family to promote it.
I was the one that did the censoring on her OnlyFans banner. Not in the original video, just playing it safe here on YouTube. I don't know what she was claiming about deleting her OnlyFans, but that OnlyFans creator, Camilla, that's someone I made a video on a long time ago because she used her brother, who is a child, mind you, to help promote her OnlyFans page. She actually did that. So, Jamie Liz is not wrong. That did happen, and that shit is extraordinarily weird. Borderline a crime, by the way, to have
Oh no,
children
I think that is a
promoting
crime.
porn,
I think that is just straight up a
right?
crime.
Like, you would think that's probably big time frowned upon.
How does it feel to have a sister that has an OF? My friends always ask me if it's pink, but I don't really know what they mean by that.
Nani?
Do you know? Jesus Christ. Click the link in my bio. Just, I can't.
Marketing so
I think that is
innovative,
literally just a
Ubisoft
crime,
is going to
yeah.
take a page out of her playbook pretty soon. So, that shit is indefensible. Now, Jamie Liz mentions that, calling it weird, which it definitely is, and then she's referencing, I guess, Camilla talking about how she's deleting her OnlyFans, but it doesn't seem like she actually is, thus she's scamming viewers. I'm guessing this game would be like, I'm deleting my OnlyFans, so come subscribe now while the content's still up, otherwise you're gonna miss out and it's gone forever. I'm just taking a guess, I'm spitballing because I can't actually find where she was saying that, but I have found a lot of people talking about it, so like a bunch of Reddit posts. In the least surprising news, Camilla has officially left OnlyFans to start selling people AI scam courses. Man, she is really just an absolute winner. Wow. Jackpot all around. Awesome. Going from OnlyFans to AI scam guru courses. And then saying also discreetly keeping her OnlyFans active. I don't feel like looking too hard to know if her OnlyFans is actually still active or not, if she followed through on deleting it. I have seen articles also reporting that she is now hawking baloney courses that are AI focused, so that seems to be her new hustle. And Jamie Liz, once again, was calling her out. And now, the big video where she was calling out Sophie Rain.
So Sophie Rain just posted a video showing her fake OnlyFans statements once again, and I'm about to poke a lot of holes in this shit. What color is this up here, guys? We can all see this, right? It's blue. It's blue, and this fake website that she fucking made, Jesus Christ. It's blue, yes? All right, let me show you real OnlyFans right here. Up here, white. White, not blue, right? Okay, next, when she says she reloads the page, let's get back to that right there. She's
Nothing
scrolling.
flashes.
She's scrolling.
When you reload a page, it flashes because it has to reload.
Not blue, right?
Well, I mean, in that case, it doesn't even flash. It like it
here,
physically reloads everything,
white.
including the UI and yeah.
White, not blue.
Like anywhere that reloads, it normally just flashes. Like on Twitch, for instance. Like I probably shouldn't actually show it because that could possibly be an oopsie. I don't think I would dox myself, but I might. I don't know. Might show a phone number or something. If you notice, if you go to like your overview page under your creator dashboard, if you go to analytics and then you keep clicking like say overview or research or anything like that, you'll notice it won't reload because that's like non-important material, so it doesn't reload when you click it. However, if you go to something like settings and then channel or if you go to your channel, right? Obviously, very important information there for like your username, display name, bio, because you can update that stuff. If you just keep clicking that button, it will just keep flashing. It'll refresh really quickly. If you're actually refreshing a page, that is what should happen. Or if you're using the like actual refresh button on like a browser, it'll be a much slower flash, but it will still flash. The reason it's slower is because it has to load the entire page, versus in the option of like just clicking the channel button, it's only loading the information it needs to. On a phone, however, you want to keep the app as light as possible, so it won't be a long, slow flash. It'll just be a quick one. The fact that it's not flashing, she's obviously fucking lying.
She's going up and down and up and down on the page. When you reload a page on OnlyFans, That's what happens every fucking time we get this little loading dial. Every
And you get the
goddamn
entire
time,
flash
it does
of the
not
logo.
matter. On the white fucking screen, all right?
Yeah, to me that felt like kind of checkmate. The loading in particular. The screen, you could maybe say she's got premium OnlyFans that goes blue because she's top earner, top dog over there. Maybe you could mental gymnastics something there. But the loading thing, that's pretty hard to argue with because that's replicatable. Like if you have an OnlyFans and you like reload something, you can check for yourself. And based on what I'm seeing there and from what other people are reporting, Jamie Liz is right. Sophie Rain, when doing the scrolling,
it also not only does it not flash the page signifying an actual reload, which is normally what happens, but apparently it shows the entire logo. It doesn't flash the page, it actually puts an overlay up to kind of like hide it. Kind of like a game loading screen. Like for instance with games, what happens while your screen goes black when it's loading a new zone is because they don't want you to see everything loading in, right? That would, one, be kind of ugly, it'd be really low quality, and then it'd just start bumping up, and two, it'd break immersion. Why they have an entire loading screen for a refresh, I don't know. Kind of excessive. But the reason it's not showing the flash is because they have a loading screen that shows up. If there's no loading screen, you should see the flash. The fact that neither of those is happening when she's quote-unquote reloading the page, it's not reloading anything.
Since no loading pops up, the OnlyFans logo doesn't pop up or anything like that.
Oh, look at that. He just said that too.
It does feel like that's fake. That does seem like that's pure dirty barnacles over there.
If this was really OnlyFans.com, down here, it would say OnlyFans.com, bro. You cannot zoom in and get rid of the browser when you're looking something up. Do you guys see this? You guys fucking see this? It does not say OnlyFans.com. Right here, OnlyFans.com. Let's load it again. Real fucking page. Load it again. OnlyFans.com. You scroll a little bit, yeah, it gets smaller. It doesn't disappear. You can't zoom in and make the fucking browser disappear. Are we kidding here, guys? Are we are we believing this shit again?
I'm not gonna lie. I had no fucking clue that the browser stayed up the entire time you were on web pages, but Jamie Liz is right. Wait, I checked it myself, not on OnlyFans, but like I just went on.
I was like, I checked it myself, not on OnlyFans, but
browser stayed up the entire time you were on web pages, but Jamie Liz is right. Wait, I checked it myself, not on OnlyFans, but like I just went on Google and I tried like scrolling around. I tried zooming in, and there was nothing I could do to just get rid of it. It does stay there the whole time. So if
because the search bar is kind of important. I know on Android it kind of does go away. Like if it's on the top or bottom, if you scroll in the opposite direction. So if it's on the top, if you scroll down, so you're going from the bottom up, it'll kind of hide it a little bit, but it doesn't fully disappear. And if it's on the bottom, if you go from the top down, from the top down, I think it'll hide it. But it doesn't hide entirely. It still exists. It doesn't just like disappear. Generally, I mean, some browsers it might, in certain situations it might, but generally it does not just fully disappear.
She really is
because the search bar is kind of
OnlyFans,
important, right?
Sophie
Like if you
Rain,
want
she
to search
is on
something, you
OnlyFans and reloading
search
like
bar.
she claims she is, it would be there. That's pretty solid evidence, I would say. And I will also mention a lot of people, myself included, have been extremely skeptical of Sophie Rain's earnings. $90 million through OnlyFans in what, like 2 years or something? That is like inconceivable. And she blew up because she was like inundating Twitter with her ads. So she was having like rage bait being posted about her from all of like popular meme accounts constantly, daily, just trying to flood people's timeline with her just to keep her name out there. So it feels like it would be par for the course if she is also using these earnings, these crazy high numbers, to keep her name out there, keep it in people's mouths, to make people familiar with Sophie Rain's brand. And
I'll
it
forget
is like
within like 2
eye-opening
minutes,
shit.
bro.
You hear that an OnlyFans creator is making $90 million. She's making more than NBA player salaries. You start to pay attention to it. So the faking earnings does feel like it could be very in line with her marketing strategy, or if it's not her strategy, her management team's strategy, whoever's responsible for it.
I just find this shit incredibly sad and embarrassing that you have lied so much that you have to keep lying and keep lying and keep lying to cover up your lies, bro. Are you that insecure about what you're doing that you
These
gotta fucking
lies
fake
for the
statements?
lies.
You gotta tell everyone you make all this fucking money? That's how insecure you are, bro?
I'm sure any OnlyFans model could probably look at Sophie Rain's proof here and weigh in if it's legitimate or not, because everyone's OnlyFans earnings page is going to look similar. The only difference is going to be numbers. And since Jamie Liz does show like what the page should look like, and it's vastly different from Sophie Rain's, I'm inclined to believe her that Sophie Rain's is horseradish. Now, to Jamie Liz's statement here at the end that she's lying and faking these earnings coming from a place of like insecurity, I don't think that's what it is. Like I said, I think this is all just part of her marketing strategy. And I also think because she's like the face of the Bop House, I'm assuming she's also like an owner in some capacity of like the management team that's managing people like Piper Raquel. She's also using this as a way to lure more people into an OnlyFans career. By having these numbers constantly flaunted, there are tons and tons of girls that are going to see this and believe that this is like a really viable career option to make a lot of money very quickly. So they'll follow Sophie Rain and Piper Raquel's example. So I think this is also a way for her to try and get potential clients to sign with the Bop House or something like that, so her and her team can make more money off of them and their contracts. I think the whole thing is pretty scummy. It also preys on people that are in a desperate situation, which is a lot of people in the current day and age, where someone might see all this money that Sophie Rain and the Bop House is generating, these huge numbers that may or may not be accurate, and they just say, fuck it, I'm gonna do an OnlyFans too, and it doesn't go the same way it did for them. It is a scummy thing to do, and I think Jamie Liz is right to call it out, 100%. Now, again, I don't know a whole lot about OnlyFans, but what she's provided here seems pretty strong. Anyway, though, that's really about it. So, yep.
I have a headache. Hacked iron lung to reveal everything the game doesn't show you. I mean, yeah, that's how games work, is like, why would you have extra stuff you don't need? Like, if your monster is just this big-ass thing that comes in, why would you have a full, like, another 90 feet worth of monster that's never going to be seen? Or, like, it's so big that you don't see all of these tear lines, so why bother fixing them? Like, is this really... Yeah, 3 years ago. It's crazy how Markiplier made this game so big that even this got this many views. But anyways, yeah, is this, like, such a unknown thing to people that this shit needs 5 million views? Like, do people think that the entire world is just rendered all the time? Like, it's fucking real life? Like, do people really think that, like, a game dev just goes in there and builds an entire planet? Like, they just model the entirety of Earth? And then you just never see it? Like, no, you only make what you need. Let's say, however, this monster was somewhere else, too. Let's say you're outside of the fucking submarine, and you can see it swimming towards you or some shit like that. Then, yes, you would have the full thing modeled, and yes, you would probably just use the full model right here. That way you don't have to make another instance of it or cut it or anything like that. Just make it faster. Then, in that case, you'd probably just have the full thing anyways, but other than that, like, no. There's, like, really no point. Can't believe Markiplier tried out the IRL playthrough. Man, they should make a movie about this. Dusk Dev said, I am so sorry you had to look at my code. LOL, great video. Has he posted anything about it? He's posting Dark Souls playthroughs, bro. He's so base for that. I mean, I get it. Like, you know, this guy has one of the most popular itch games, and now he's probably also making royalties off of a movie that is #1 in the US, #6 globally right now. Like, this guy is fucking rolling in it. But shouldn't you use your dev channel to talk about the game that you made that's so popular and talk about the movie release? Shouldn't you have, like, a separate channel for gaming? That game developer and composer made Dusk, Iron Lung, other games. His name is literally Dusk Dev. Should probably change that to Iron Lung Dev. Realistically, like that's the big game here. It's just like 8,000 views in 7 days, $13 to $39 a month. Like, would it not be smarter to like use the channel for game development to talk about the game and the movie based off of the game? Like, you are probably the only itch dev, the only indie dev in history that has a movie based off of a game that isn't even that popular. We're not counting, like, FNAF here, because FNAF isn't primarily an itch game. It was an indie game, but not an itch game. But, like, this guy is, I guarantee you, the only indie dev that released a itch game that is pretty popular, but not that popular, that got a full-ass fucking movie. And bro's just posting Dark Souls playthroughs. Like the entire IP is literally his. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with it. Like, if this was me, I would be making videos, not even pretending to the game itself, because obviously, you know, the game only lasts like an hour, and then, you know, there's nothing really left to it. No, not much replayability at all. It's a linear story-based horror game, but like, or psychological horror specifically. But like, I don't know, like fucking to make shit on the story, like make videos based on the world or something, like liminal space shit, like the Backrooms has been blowing the fuck up. Make Backrooms-esque videos, like that one guy, I forget his YouTube channel, based off of Iron Lung. There you go. Like, you could literally do anything using your massive IP, or what is now a massive IP. You're making Dark Souls 2 videos. Game development is the art of making things look good from one angle. That is exactly it, yes. I believe it is New Vegas, Fallout New Vegas. There is a train that runs through. It is literally just a NPC, a human NPC, with the train, the entire train, stuck to his head. Yep. They have an NPC running at massively insane speeds on the track, following the track path. Because their engine could not render movement, or like vehicle movement, so they just repurposed an NPC. They gave him no head bob, and then he just runs. That's it. Or there's another game, I believe it's Walking Dead. There's a scene where you can see in the rear view mirror. And the way they did that was they culled, C-U-L-L-E-D, I believe. They used occlusion, culling it, to make it so you can't see it through anything but the mirror. But the thing you're seeing in the mirror is actually, the guy is actually duplicated and put in front of the windshield outside of the car. They just duplicated it and put it outside in front of the car, but you can't see it unless you are looking through that rear view mirror. You have to look at the mirror to be able to see it unculled and actually be able to see it. Very interesting things that are done at these AAA studios. There's much easier ways to do them, but, you know, old games. But yeah, literally the art of making something look good from one angle, 100%. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I read that shit as Coop. C-O-O-P, Coop. The Markiplier situation is insane. Help. These people are already fucking making pointless, non-meaningful videos on this shit, bro. Change the market to Markiplier finish on Markiplier just edged on like anime finished on Hollywood, Markiplier finished on Hollywood. What the fuck are these videos, bro? Hollywood needs to accept that most people who don't have the slop they release, they're cooked. This guy says Hollywood doesn't release movies in January, February unless they expect them or don't expect them to make much money. There's a reason for that. They want release windows spread out. Lixian's newest horror game, Sinking Iron. Interesting. Okay, I think I think I found his next. This is in a submarine too. I think I found I think I found the next horror game or horror movie that Mark makes. He went from Iron Lung to Sinking Iron, guarantee it. I mean, Lixian literally made it, bro. There's no way he passes up, right? Damn. Bro, wait, this scene would go so hard, though. Sinking Iron.
Super.
I'm calling it right now. If Mark makes another movie, it's gonna be Sinking Iron. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right here. I'll bookmark it. I'm calling it. It's gonna be Sinking Iron. Film theory. You cannot escape Iron Lung. Bro made a video 2 weeks ago. Hashtag Iron Lung. Hashtag Markiplier. Hashtag theory. Imagine Markiplier likes a game so much he makes a movie out of it. Oh, Iron Lung went from an indie game to an indie movie.
The world of Iron Lung.
Damn, was hoping maybe, you know, who came back for one last video. I am probably going to end for today. I have a little bit of a headache. Don't know why. Bruh, it's eating my fucking... There we go. Okay, I will be back tomorrow. Okay, good night.